This is a video about research. You are not watching a professional DVD. It's only about research and not videography. Let's begin. 100% Flat Earth and the Dome, a comprehensive study. Research these facts. Who invented the first globe? Royal Elite Martin Behaim, 1490. He glued a grid map to a ball. 450 years later, no research, before the elite took a picture of it. How is the globe proved? By boats sailing over the horizon and pictures. The globe rises for 2.7 miles and then drops from there. 35 feet of drop every 10 miles. We would see buildings do this. What's one main reason people believe the Earth is flat? A camera, the 2015 Nikon P900. It holds the camera zoom test record today. Cost $550. It has been tested zooming in on objects 20 miles away on a wavy, flat, watery plain. There are hundreds of people doing these zooming tests. Ships going over the horizon is history. It's really your vanishing point. Cameras and lasers can go farther now than 2.7 miles. Hubble has never taken a regular snapshot of Earth, and the Milky Way is always missing. Outer space photos were studied by forensics and have been proven fakes. All are cut and pasted, camera overlays, paintings, and CGI. Map makers know latitude and longitude lines on the globe are for looks only. All maps are flat grids. Hubble takes pictures of other galaxies with their stars. How come Earth's star maps are invisible? Have you heard of the Van Allen belts? It's massive radiation that surrounds our Earth. Men will die if exposed to it. Only 3 things can shield a man and live: concrete, lead, and water. Death ship. The globe will spin under inner orbit aircraft, but not airplanes. When does gravity let go and spin take over? North and south. The plan's upside down. The dome zones. Can we prove the dome? Yes. Evidence. Is our Earth flat? What's the dome doing? How do our seasons work? Can we explain it reasonably? Did we do it? Yes. The dome. The dome has highly reflective and magnification properties. It reflects light into a crab shape. It reflects north stars into the southern hemisphere, causing them to spin opposite of each other. It mirrors clouds around the sun. It seals in moisture. It's super cold. It creates weather. It's ginormous. Know your shapes. A ball is not a circle, but they're both round. How do you know we live in a dome? Our Earth is telling you right now. Rainbows reflect the shape they bounce off. This rainbow is bouncing off the dome. Look at a prism. Shh, be quiet. I have a secret. When you stand on the ground and look up, rainbows have arc shapes. But when you're in an airplane and looking down, they have circle shapes. Draw a circle with an arc. It's a dome shape. Only a dome shape can do this. The dome reflects a 3-mile sundog. Science says it's ice crystals. Snow cannot do this. Design. The dome does this shape too. A clear bowl is an upside down dome or arc. Use a flashlight, bowl, mirror, and a wall and make neat arcs. Pillars bounce off the dome, side, bottom of the dome. Science doesn't know why the stars in the north and south travel in different directions. The dome magnifier works perfectly. The triple play, sunshine in the shape of a crab. Ushuaia, Tasmania, and Cape Town get sunshine at the same time. That's 3/4 of the Earth all at once. Bubble dome magnifiers and round concave mirrors can do this. The dome is a round concave shape from our view. Everything you see here is controlled by 4 things: the dome, the sun, the clouds, and the wind. It's easy to learn. Here's paradise. How many dome zones do we have? We have a wet one and a dry one. The sun. The sun is close to activate the weather, and it doesn't go near the clouds. Sunshine and cold clouds cannot make a reaction called wind. A faraway sun would make wind everywhere 24/7, or wind only at the equator 24/7. How is the wind made? Watch dry ice experiments. The right temperatures mixed together will produce wind and clouds instantly. Caution, only do this in a lab because you can be seriously burned. The sun is like a car's headlights. It will go by you. The sun never goes out to the dome. If it did, it would melt our huge ice reserves. The sun is in an egg yolk position. If the sun went to the dome, there would be a huge explosion. Our sun spirals up and down every 6 months. It creates unusual weather at both ends, like weeks of days or nights. The sun changes directions in June, July, and then again in December and January. Spiral. If everyone around the world held hands, the sun would go over everyone. Here's an example of the sun spiral. The sun makes rain and snow at the same time. Rain and snow? Yes, the wind is knocking your local clouds around. We need power to light up the wind, people. No wind, we die. The clouds would just sit around. There wouldn't be any rain for food. Mr. Sun, make the wind play. Where are clouds made? One area is the North Pole. It has 5 million square miles. A warmer Pacific side of Russia blasting away at the Arctic cold. North summers are cold, but south summers are even colder. This chart was made by plotting temperatures, weather, the sun's position, length of days, nights, and the seasons. This is a fully working dome chart. The sun is up in the dry zone sometimes, and then it'll come down. The clouds are down in the wet zone. The sun doesn't go near the ice reserves, but remains low or high. It gives light but no real heat. That distance protects our ice. In the south, the sun sits on the horizon for 2 weeks. The sun is far in the distance in your vanishing point. Perspective. A flat perspective will be a little above you. This flying pilot and girl have the exact eye-level view of the horizon. Those arrows are identical. The globe drops approximately 35 feet below you every 10 miles. We would see pictures of it everywhere. No landscape from afar would be straight. Architects never figure for curvature. Manufacturers say that gyroscopes are not electrical. Examine horizons only. Which shape fits the horizon? The pilot's eye level or 35 foot of drop per 10 miles? The North Pole doesn't have an ice shelf or land. It's floating, bobbing ice. The Antarctic is different. It is ice covering land, glacier, and it's colder there year-round. Ice keeps on land. Captain Cook spent years and years trying to find an inlet to sail into this ice cap, but he only found ice blocking him. Read Captain Cook Discovers the Ends of the Earth at encyclopedia.com. Today, this ice is protected and patrolled by nations of treaty. Why does May spring and August fall share the exact same place on the dome chart? Heating and cooling are two different things. It's harder to build heat instead of maintaining it. Have you built a fire? Examine a pan of water, heating and cooling. You hot yet? When the sun moves between the zones, it makes a third and fourth season. It depends on which way it's going, up into the dry part of the dome or down into the wet part. Pharaohs, they believed in 3 seasons. They worshiped the sun and had thousands of people tracking it for 3,000 years, and they all believed that the earth was flat. May comes. The sun hasn't been up in the dry dome for months. Give it some time. It's harder to build heat. June comes. The dome's temp has risen. Alaska's summer begins, and the polar bears have their babies. August comes. The sun comes down to the wetter zone and blows the clouds to their destinations. And penguins get their very cold summer. How does straight days and nights happen? Draw this diagram and shine a flashlight between the bear and a penguin. Keep the light in the yoke position and use the dome chart. This will also show you the shape of the sun's spiral. Look at the globe. Where is sea level? It's north, south, east, and west on a globe. NASA lost the boxes of 1969 moon mission videos. Green screen experts have forensically diagnosed outer space as green screen technology. Green screen looks real. If someone told you spacewalks are real, how could you refute it unless you were there? The vintage 1969 Magpie ABC of Space children's book shows astronauts using green screens, wire harnesses, and zero-gravity airplanes. Thank you for watching. Subject to copyrights. Can be used for education. Proudly not affiliated with FE Corps or the Flat Earth Society. We hope you enjoyed this video.